I did nothing.
Try disconnecting and reconnecting. Oh, thank God he's gone.
Hello.
Oh shit, he's back.
This is the College Gamers Podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the College Gamers Podcast. This Saturday at your local podcast gymnasium is the College Gamers Podcast, starring Mike, Taft, and Adam, talking about all the video game news you can use. Hello, everyone. How are y'all?
That was really intense.
Thank you.
I don't know what to say after that.
Actually, this show marks me kicking off my voice acting career for like Sunday stuff and Saturday events that involve giant trucks and things.
Solid.
Monster trucks. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
So, yeah. How's everyone's week?
Pretty good so far.
Good. Anything interesting happen?
I got to play Zelda.
How was oh, you know what? We can talk about that later.
Yeah.
Obviously. Adam, we know you were playing Zelda, so we're going to ignore you. And
I love you too, Mike.
yeah, this week was nothing but Zelda. Looking for
news.
It
was really hard to find something that wasn't Zelda.
Every other thing was Zelda. There was I saw a whole article about how Zelda would be a better game if you could pet dogs.
That's a true statement. That is a 100% true statement.
But does it merit an entire article?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
This it does.
Sure. Okay, I didn't know.
Sorry,
Funny enough,
I
I've
got
actually
cookies.
researched and looked up more Zelda this week than anything, and not just to find video game article stuff, like just to find stuff in game.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
How dare you? You have to actually go and find it.
See, I tried that, but then I hit the point where I'm like, okay, I can't do this on my own. I need help.
Yeah. Okay, well, y'all just want to get into the news? Talk about all sorts of fun shit?
Fine.
Why not?
And now for the news.
All right, guys, we're talking about Zelda. It's a great game, right? Let's talk about a game that's not so great. No Man's Sky got an update this week.
That hurt.
So in this update, it's called the Pathfinder update. It's adding ground vehicles, which is really cool. You know, ground vehicles are always fun. It's adding online base sharing, also ultra high and high graphic textures, as well as you can own multiple ships, which personally should have been the thing from the start.
Yeah, that should have definitely been a thing right at the beginning.
Yeah. So let's talk about online bases. I believe before this update, you could already build your own base.
Okay.
And construct them and stuff. They basically look like hamster habitats because there's a bunch of tubes. Like they remind me of something a hamster would live in.
Fair.
But now you can put them on the Steam Workshop and other people can download them and explore them.
Oh, nice.
That's really cool. Also, they're promoting racetracks where people can race around using their ground vehicles. And
okay.
You can make them. You can also upload them to the Steam network. And I thought that was really cool. My big issue with it is that if you can leave notes for other players at your base, right?
Okay.
So, like, I think even if you're exploring the universe and you run into someone's base, you can leave notes for them, which means if you're not at the base, well, this is what a lot of people believe, you can't interact with people at the base.
What do you mean?
Well, it means that multiplayer component isn't there.
Okay.
If you're also at the base and someone discovers it, they'll see your notes, but they won't see you there.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, that's how I was thinking. Like, it's a multiplayer game. It'd be really cool if someone made a hub for players.
Yeah.
With a lot of merchants, a lot of spaceports, and people can go. That'd be really cool to see a self-made city in the game.
Yeah.
But if you can't see people, then that dream's dead. Owning multiple ships should have been a thing from the beginning. Something super cool, though, is that you know how you have a freighter, right?
Yeah.
You can park multiple ships in there. They're also breaking ships into specialties. Fighters, shovels, haulers, explorers. These are things that I kind of feel like were already in the game. They just didn't formally classify them.
Yeah.
Some ships were bigger, had more space. Some were smaller, faster. But finally, something you can do should have been in there since the beginning. You can trade your ship in for a discount when you buy a new one, just like a car.
Yeah, that definitely should have been in there.
That should have been the day one thing. That would have made sense. Land vehicles look super cool. Currently, there are 3. There's one that has big round wheels. It looks kind of like a 4-wheeler. There's a hover bike. That looks cool. Or it looks like a hover bike. You still have to be in it. It's not really a hover bike. Also, there's a scavenging truck. It just has a laser built in, kind of like a turret that you can shoot things with lasers because you have a harvesting laser.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's really nice because having to go back to your ship back and forth a bunch is a pain in the ass. And I'm glad that they're doing this. The base building's really cool because they're adding new colors and structures. There's now a building trader that you can hire into your base or that will visit your base occasionally.
Okay.
That you can buy new parts. They also added a permadeath mode if you want to make a terrible game more stressful. Also, a lot of quality of life improvements. Okay. This new patch, this is cool and all.
Mm-hmm.
But my biggest complaint is the worlds, they're still all so... They're very plain. There's no really cool thing about any of them in particular. Because they're randomly generated, I find them all to be boring and kind of the same.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to picture myself settling down at one boring planet and building a base there. I feel like it'd be more fun to have a ship and be able to, like a frigate, I can upgrade all these ships, I can walk around. That'd be cool if I could customize the inside of my ship.
Make your ship your mobile base, yeah.
Exactly. That seems to make more sense, especially in the game that promotes how large it is.
Exactly. And the whole thing is to explore, so why not be able to, use your ship as your base to explore?
Yeah. I mean,
you can't do that?
You can. You already can, but that's what I'm saying is the base building stuff it's cool, it's fun. I'm sure people are going to enjoy it if you're still playing that terrible game, but I don't see a reason why to settle down in one planet, especially when they're all kind of boring. Unless you're near the center of the galaxy and maybe there's something important there. I'll be honest, I never got there. I didn't have the attention span or the strength of will to power my way through. But I don't know. Does this update sound exciting to you? Do you think you'd play? Did you ever play No Man's Sky?
I did not.
You have a PlayStation now.
I do.
You could experience this terrible game.
That is something I could do.
Yeah, it would be interesting to get a fresh look at it.
It would.
Especially since they fixed a lot of things since it released.
I'll think about it.
Yeah. I definitely recommend Horizon Zero Dawn first.
The next game I'm getting is Ghost Recon.
Oh yeah. That's a good game. That's a good game. So yeah, there's a lot of improvements to a game that hopefully go from terrible to less terrible. State of Decay 2. Holy crap, let me know. I'm so excited for this game.
Okay, so Mike, you know how me and Mike had to go to a baby shower for a mutual friend of ours today?
Yes.
And we were talking about this game.
Yes.
And we're like, we have some questions. And they got answered in this article.
That is convenient.
It is so convenient.
Thank you, people.
Okay, so there was an interview with the developers and stuff like that. And so they were talking about, just asking some questions. And so just here's some answers to some of those questions.
Okay.
Like, one of the questions was, how big is the development team compared to the former game? The development team is 4 times bigger.
I like that.
Yeah. That allows them to do so much more. Like, they did an amazing game with however many people they had. Now they have 4 times the number of people. They better do something 4 times as great. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's a lot of pressure.
In fact, we don't have the map size comparison exactly yet, but there was an allusion to the fact that the map size is proportionate, like the map size increase is proportionate to the number of staff increase. So it's like the map is going to be like 4 times bigger. That's basically what they hinted at.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That should be interesting.
One of my disappointments about the first game was the lack of number of base spots there were.
Exactly. You only had so many.
Yeah.
The map was huge.
Yes.
But you only had so many bases you could do.
Mm.
On the topic of problems with the game, one of the big problems that I had with the game was that I could be playing and go away and not play for a little bit and come back and people be dead. Like the offline progression.
Oh, wait, that's a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, all my people are dead. All my people are dead.
It's only like if somebody was sick or even if you were running out of food and stuff like that, like things like that.
Okay.
But that offline progression sucked. They're taking that out.
Oh, thank goodness.
So the original the developers said that like the gamers and the game have some sort of contract, have like a sort of contract with the game that says saying if you die, it's your fault. We give you every tool, we give you every ability to be able to solve the problems, and we don't throw anything like really radical at you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know everything about it is about before you even really start. And so it's like if you die, you should be able to sit there and be like X, Y. If I had done X, Y, and Z, I wouldn't have died.
If I gotten food rather than something else.
Exactly. So the problem with the offline progression was you could be doing everything fine, but then you'd go away for a while and just not be able to play, and you'd come back and people would be dead. Mm. And it's not like you couldn't have done anything about that.
Real life got in the way.
Exactly. You couldn't really have done anything like that. So they're like that violated that like contract, and I'm doing air quotes around the word contract. Mm. And so they're getting rid of that, and so that they said that that's one of the areas that they decided that they were going to address.
Nice. That's really important, really.
Oh yeah, and so they also added a 4-player co-op, which I'm super excited about because you couldn't play co-op in the other games, which doesn't make sense for a game where your entire thing is you and a group are trying to survive together. You know what I mean? Like it didn't make sense to not have multiplayer, but I guess since they had such a small team,
yeah,
might have been it. But so one thing I was curious about was whether or not having more people in your party was going to increase the frequency of zombies. Because, like games like Left 4 Dead will do that. And other games.
They adjust difficulty.
They adjust difficulty for the number of people you have in your group. Or Left 4 Dead doesn't do that because you always have 4 people in your group. But, like, there are games that do that. Not this one. This one, they say that having 4 people in your group will be the same as if you were all playing by yourself. You'll have the same number of zombies. You'll have the same number of encounters with zombies. Mm-hmm. It's just being multiplayer should be fun. You shouldn't have to sit there and worry about, okay, like we're going to have a harder time because of this. No, in fact, playing with more people, having more people in your group makes it easier to do things. And just like it would, like they're like, we're going for realism, and having more people wouldn't make it harder. It would make it easier because you could do more in the short amount of time that you have and stuff like that. So that's one thing that's going to be really interesting. But another thing that we were talking about at the baby shower was whether or not there's going to be like a competitive mode.
PvP. We were talking about PvP,
yeah. And there will not be. This is a solely competitive game.
Yeah.
As in, I can't shoot you. Like, I couldn't pull out a gun, aim at your head, and pull the trigger. Okay. Or I might be able to, but it just might not kill you.
Yeah. But, the animation might be there, but it wouldn't.
Exactly. Like, I might waste the bullet, but it would just go straight through your head. But you can you can grief people. As in, like, you can, like, subtly grief people. As in, like, you can attract horde of zombie to your friend.
Oh my god.
And then get the hell out of Dodge. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't kill him, the zombie killed him. But you kind of killed him.
Yeah. Shoot a car near them or something.
Exactly. And then finally, the last thing is that's like the majority of the information that we have, but we'll be getting a lot of new information at E3.
Hopefully a release date?
I would imagine so, yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe it'll be at the Xbox Expo of E3 because they're really like partnering with Microsoft on this one a lot.
I gotcha.
So
that's really nice. I was talking about PvP at the baby shower.
Yeah.
And it'd be because I felt like if you add PvP to this game, that'd be an interesting concept because you have to survive the world, which is the zombies and things. But on top of that, you have to survive against other players.
Exactly.
And that kind of brings in a what's that zombie TV show? Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Where it's kind of a Walking Dead aspect where the zombies are at this point they're an inconvenience and the real enemy are other human beings.
Yeah. And so I was looking at the trailer for the game, and it definitely looks like this is well after the apocalypse has happened. Mm-hmm. Like in the first one, like it just started.
Yeah.
This one looks like it's definitely later on. Like time has passed.
Nice.
So that's gonna be interesting. Also, another thing I forgot to mention about with like how I said like the zombies and stuff don't increase with the number of players and stuff.
Yeah.
Nor do supplies.
Oh,
so the supplies will be the same for a single person as they will for 4 people.
I see.
So you have to like divvy them out a little bit more evenly.
I gotcha. So Okay, here's my complaint.
Okay.
Is they need to find a balance of difficulty for one person and 4 people. And I find that it's either going to make it too easy for 4 people or hard
Did
for
you ever play
one
the first
person.
one?
I did play the first one.
Okay. You remember how easy it was to die?
Yes.
It wasn't hard.
No.
So I really don't think that that's going to be any problem because like one zombie could take out somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't common, but 2 zombies was going to be some trouble.
Yes.
Like you might have to leave if there were 3. If 3 zombies were there, I booked it.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't going to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I had a gun, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that the way that the zombies are set up was already a balance between having to have more people because you're more likely to make noise as 4 people.
That's true.
You're more likely to get spotted.
So it balances itself.
It does
really.
balance itself. Yes.
Okay.
I think the mechanics that are set there from the first game already balance it out.
That makes a lot more sense. Yeah. Nice. It's cool.
What do you think, Adam? Because you've just
Adam,
been sitting there like quiet.
Did you ever play State of Decay?
I did not.
Yeah, it wasn't in a Nintendo, so.
Oh yeah. You should pick it up. It's fun. Is it for Mac?
I don't believe so. No,
Don't believe so. I think it's like PC.
I think it's PC and Xbox only.
Okay. I got you.
Sad face.
It's okay. Macs are weird.
They are.
So
I have a Mac, and it sucks for gaming.
it's okay. You know, it's great for gaming. Steam. Steam is great.
Steam is great.
Also, Steam is changing the way they use reviews
What?
for their scoring system. And I think this makes sense because to be honest, the Steam review system has some flaws in it. You know, no system is perfect, but I think Steam especially needs some love. What they're doing is that they're changing it so the only people who can review a game on Steam are the people who bought the game through Steam.
Okay.
Because they were finding that people who got keys from outside sources often gave it higher praise.
Okay.
Because, you know, they would get the key from the developer, you know, or they were their friends or something. And so that was leading to an issue with reviews. I think this is nice. It's a good change. It's the change is already out there. So at the moment, if you notice scores are fluctuating, it's because they're going through all the games and changing the scores. They're making some way less. But something I want to see because this made me think, what else can they do to change Steam's scoring system? And I think they should weigh scores by how many hours you put into the game. Because my issue is that as someone who's played 200 hours in Skyrim, my thumbs up weighs just as much as someone who goes into Skyrim, dies within the first 2 hours, complains, and gives a thumbs down.
Okay, real quick, just on the topic of number of hours played in a game.
Okay.
So I started up a new campaign on Shadow of Mordor last night.
Okay.
And I looked at my old campaign, how many hours I had in there. I had 202 hours and 34 minutes.
Holy shit.
Like,
Wow.
yeah.
That's a lot.
I know.
Okay.
Okay, continue.
All right. Now we know where Taft's life is going. So yeah, I think I think that people who have more hours in the game, the review should mean more than someone who spent 2 hours. Because often I see a lot of reviews of people who play 30 hours. They usually have more helpful reviews. But people who play 1.9 give it a thumbs down and just say it sucks. Because you'd be surprised how often people just leave general reviews with either thumbs up or thumbs down. But really, I think someone who's played 30 hours in the game, I think I value their opinion more than someone who spent 1.
Oh, definitely. The more time you spend in
Yeah, I see that.
it's like you appreciate an expert's opinion more than you do somebody, like you appreciate a professor's opinion more than you appreciate a student's.
Exactly. Like Adam, I don't know, you've been on Steam. Have you ever
Somewhat.
Have you ever reviewed something on Steam before?
Nope.
Nope. I think I've done it once or twice, and the system isn't the actual reviewing process isn't bad. I just think that also I think at the time of the review, I just thought of this, but at the time of the review, that's when your hours count. Because I don't know if Steam reviews, if they update hours as you play. So if I review a game at 2 hours and then play 28 more, will my review say 2 or 30? I think my review should value for 2, but then I have the choice to go back and revise it after 30 hours.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I just think the amount of time you put into a game should matter, and I think that's the next step for Steam reviews. But by making it so people who get it through Steam are the ones that can review it, I think that makes sense. It's a good step. So good on Valve. And yeah, so let's talk about the Switch. And Adam, you have something here saying that the Switch is not facing any widespread technical problems, but I've seen several videos of the Switch screwing the hell up bad, like just full on glitches. So clear this up for me. What's happening?
Yeah, that's what really drew my attention to this article, because I'm like, are you blind? There's clearly problems with the Switch. So what they're saying, just to get in the article, Nintendo is saying that the Nintendo Switch is not facing any, quote, widespread technical problems. So just to get into this a little bit, the most commonly reported problems with the Switch are the most predominant one is the left Joy-Con desyncs somewhat, but the right one can do this as well. Also, the screen, like we said last time, the screen is getting fairly easily scratched when you both remove it or put it back into to dock it. This one isn't as common as some of the other ones, but it still happens a good bit. And then the console's finish gets worn down really easily after you put a sticker or a skin on it. So those are some of the most common problems that are happening with the Switch right now.
I have a quick question. Have you experienced the left Joy-Con desyncing problem?
Actually, not really. When I take it off of the Switch and put it onto the attachable controller, there will be like a few seconds where it doesn't register, but then I give it a bit and it'll resync. So I actually haven't really come across any of these issues so far.
Mm-hmm. Also, I feel like this sticker, like the console's finish being worn down, when you take a sticker off, I feel like especially a sticker's been on there for a while or it's a really strong adhesive, they have certain liquids you can use to remove the sticker, like the sticky stickness of the stick. And yeah, I feel like what you decide to use is also a big player into that, you know?
Yeah.
Like if I use just pure bleach
Fair.
to remove a sticker compared to, I think,
Goo Gone.
nail remover, I think is also very popular to get rid of stickers
Really?
off. So,
I know Goo Gone.
Goo Gone?
Yeah, Goo Gone.
Oh, I've heard of Goo Gone, yeah.
It's real
I'll
good.
also use that. But yeah, sorry, just a little side note. Keep going.
No, you're good.
Sidetrack.
So yes, those are some of the most predominant issues. So what Nintendo did, they released a statement to Time Magazine via Neo GAF saying that the Switch is not facing any widespread issues and that issues being reported are routed to Nintendo's support staff to be sorted out. So they said, at Nintendo, we take great pride in creating quality products and we want our consumers to have a positive experience. It's common with any new innovative consumer technology for consumers to have questions, and the Switch is no exception. There are no widespread technical problems and all issues are being handled promptly, including reports regarding the left Joy-Con Bluetooth connection. To best support our customers, we continuously update the online consumer support site and provide real-time answers to the questions we're receiving. We want our consumers to get up and running quickly and have fun with the Switch, and if anything falls short of this goal, we encourage them to contact Nintendo's customer service team. So what this hopefully means is that them saying this is that these issues are, in their eyes, easily fixable, and they don't consider them to be as big of a problem because they could fix them pretty easily.
I gotcha. And yeah, that makes sense.
But they do encourage anyone experiencing any issues with the Switch to go to nintendo.com/consumer and report that, because they want to know what's going on and how much this is occurring in places so that they can know how to better fix it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and feedback is important. Have you experienced any of these issues?
I have not. Actually, the closest thing I have was the what I said earlier with just hooking it up to the controller, but I haven't really seen any of these.
Like, I don't know, how careful are you when you... I'm sure you don't just mindlessly slam your Switch into the dock repeatedly until it clicks or something, but I'm sure you're careful removing it, right?
I don't actually take it out that much, but when I do, yeah, I'm really careful.
I gotcha. I was trying to do some research to compare the launch issues with other consoles compared to the Switch. And according to Forbes made a list of the biggest problems with the Xbox One when it first launched. and they're complaining mostly about those like software stuff, like region locking. I think used games wouldn't work on the Xbox One, right, Taft?
Wait, no.
No, there was an issue with that. Okay.
Yeah, you can. That was something that they thought was gonna be an issue, but like you can buy pre-owned games and stuff.
Okay. You're mostly always online. So, from what I've seen, it looks like Nintendo seems to have more hardware issues, which makes me nervous because as we were talking with Ryan, you can't really fix hardware issues like that. That requires a recall compared to like with the JoyCons. Like hopefully that's a firmware update.
Yeah,
and not something where they take all the JoyCons back. They take all the joy from all the people. Like everyone's sad for a week while they fix that.
it was just a big old con.
Hey, the puns are my job, you two.
Oh my
Well, you
gosh.
need to step up your game.
Step up your game, man. All right, let's keep talking about the Switch.
Okay, yeah, this is a little bit more Switch.
Yeah.
So,
This is not like this console just came out or something.
no, right? It's not like this is a big deal. So, me and some of my other friends were really kind of worried about this. In fact, I was talking with one of my friends about this the other day. He had a Wii U and stuff, and his brother took it and sold it. That way, he could get himself a Switch, and sold their Smash Bros. Game. And I was super upset because we always played Smash Bros.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
And
He sold your childhood.
yeah, but we have had confirmed that there will be another Smash Bros. Game for the Switch.
This makes me very happy.
Because a lot of people thought that the last Smash Bros, the one for Wii U, was gonna be the last one.
Why is that?
I believe that the lead designer actually kind of quit.
Really?
Yeah,
That stinks. But
I'm not positive. Like that could be wrong,
Mhm.
but I remember I want to hear that he was. I want to say I at least heard that he was thinking about quitting.
Yeah.
So
Well, I feel like Smash Bros is one of the biggest
it is
titles.
It is up there with their big four. It's one of their big four. Like Super Mario, Zelda, Mario Kart, and Smash Bros.
And they wouldn't abandon that esports community.
Not at all. No. So, and when they were talking about, they were like, we always aim to have at least one installation of our biggest selling franchises on each console. So,
The Wii or Wii U? You said what'd you say?
I didn't say anything about
Okay.
Wii or
But
Wii U.
I thought you said like this console aimed to have every.
No, they like the Nintendo as a company aims to have at least one installation of their biggest selling franchise on every console.
Okay.
So like we're getting Mario Kart 8 on the Switch.
Okay.
We already have a Zelda on the Switch. We have Odyssey coming to the Switch for Super Mario, and so it would just make sense to have a.
What was the Zelda game for Wii U? Adam.
Was it
Skyward
Wind Waker?
Sword.
Was it Skyward Sword?
Yes.
Okay. I was curious. The Wind Waker was a remake. Yes, of course.
Yes. Wind Waker was a remake.
Okay. I was just curious. Keep going.
Yep. And unfortunately, that's all that they've talked about. But I was just like super excited to hear that they're actually going to have another one, and I'm really excited to see what they do with this next one because I hope that they bring us back a story.
Oh yeah.
Because just the way that you'll be able to play it with the JoyCons and stuff like that. I think I think the Switch is like a very good console for it.
Adam, when you play competitive Smash, innuendo there, I guess.
Giggity.
What console do you play on? You play the Wii one, right? Because that's the more
I
popular.
have the one for Wii U.
But when you play the competitive, like when you play tournaments, do they play Wii U or do they play the Wii?
The most popular ones right now are Melee and Smash 4, which is the one for Wii U.
Okay, I was just curious because I wonder if the esports community for Smash Brothers would migrate to a new console because I'm assuming more people will have the Switch, so I think a transition from that would be easy. Going from Wii U.
I mean,
to
you have people in every generation of Smash because I mean they still have to this day they still have tournaments for the N64 Smash Bros.
That's actually really cool.
Solid.
Yeah, I was curious about that.
Melee is still my favorite one.
What was that, Adam?
What'd you say?
He was saying that. Which one was your favorite?
I was saying that Melee is still my favorite one.
I gotcha.
Okay.
What were you saying?
Yeah,
Adam?
what they need to do is they need to have a GameCube adapter for the Switch if they're going to do a Smash Bros. Because if you're a serious Smash Bros. Player, you have to have a GameCube controller.
Smash Bros for life. Actually, I was in a friend's apartment on campus at LSU, and apparently he plays Smash Brothers, I think Melee online.
Yeah.
Like he runs an emulator on his computer.
Yeah.
Which then connects, like they have like a whole online community on PC. But he has a the GameCube controllers have use a USB driver. So you just plug them into a USB, like a GameCube to USB converter.
Okay.
And they work with your computer.
Nice.
So I actually didn't know about that. There's a whole underground community of PC players for Smash Brothers. I thought that was funny. Yeah. Sorry.
Have you ever watched people like competitively play Smash?
I've not.
That is intense, dude. Like
Sure.
you think like Mortal Kombat, stuff like that. Yeah, that'd be intense. No. Not compared to Smash Bros.
I feel like Smash Brothers is a no nonsense game. There's
It is.
no superpowers or anything. It's really down to your reflexes and combinations.
But
There can actually be some nonsense, though. It's actually pretty funny to watch when someone is just so much better that they're just doing the most ridiculous stuff.
it is true.
Really funny.
And then like you get like the spikes and stuff like that, just showing people disrespect and
Oh, that's so great. No, one of the most disrespectful things you can ever do with Mario is if you use the Flood, which is the water thing, and the cape, and they've already used their up B and they can't recover, and then you just disrespect them so hard with that. It's so fun to watch.
I think freaking Ganondorf and
his dare is just amazing
his,
when you get that.
what's it called, and then Captain Falcon, his spike.
Yeah.
Those two are just, like you're not getting out of it.
No.
Like if
That's one of the greatest things I ever
if
did.
they
was,
hit you, you're done.
I've been destroyed by LSU Smash Club, but I was Falcon one time, and I was actually able to spike one of the top 20 in the state with Falcon. That felt so great. It was so
Congratulations.
great.
I'm sure you made him very mad. I hate Kirby, and that's all I know about Smash Brothers.
No, I remember one time I was playing with my friends, and it got down to where it was I had 2 lives left, and the opponent had 1. I was playing Kirby. I swallowed him and walked off the stage.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
He was so mad.
That's really nice.
Kirby's tough because he's a tiny character, and a lot of Smash Bros. Combos require the character to be a bit taller so you can actually hit the stuff. Kirby's tough to hit in some instances.
No, Kirby's a pain in the ass, because the only time I play Smash Brothers is with Cammy. She plays Kirby. Like she mains Cammy. I mean, Kirby. Wow.
Of course.
And whenever I knock her off, she just floats back on the stupid fucking platform like nothing happens, and it's frustrating because I'm like, I got her. There's no way. She just falls off the screen and she just floats back up. It's like, hey, how's it going? Here's that pizza you ordered 20 minutes ago. It's not have to be free. You gotta pay me. And I'm like, God damn it! Thought I killed you.
What's really annoying is when you get a Kirby versus a Shulk, because Shulk has these things called Monados. That's his neutral B. When Kirby sucks up Shulk and takes his abilities, Kirby can use the Monados. One of them is jump. Kirby with the jump can go like everywhere on the map. It's ridiculous that you will not touch Kirby.
Nice.
I'll be honest. I tried to play Smash Brothers against someone once, and I didn't know how to turn around. Like it was pretty embarrassing.
What?
Yeah, I'm just bad at Smash Brothers.
What do you mean you didn't know how to turn around? You just
It was on the Wii controller.
You just go the other direction.
The Wii's stupid. Whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. No, wait. I couldn't jump. It's not that I couldn't turn
Okay,
around.
I was about to say you literally just go the other direction.
I couldn't jump. It was. I couldn't figure out how to do some basic movement.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's move on to the JoyCons. Working for a PC. I can use these.
Yeah, this is like what happened with the Pro controllers last week. So the JoyCons can hook up to PCs just like the Pro controller do because they use Bluetooth.
That's nice. I like that.
So yeah, they work basically the same way how they show the Pro controller work. They hook up with Bluetooth. The computer has to be running Windows, like with the Pro controller. So the example video came from the same guy. It came from Dre Woof, and he did the same thing. He ran Smash Bros. Melee on his computer, and he showed how you can pair up the Joy-Con. You do need a separate app called Joy2Key to map the buttons, though. So I think you can't, like, you have to set up the controls for certain games before you use it.
I got you. That makes sense though. It'd be really cool. Can I like web browse using the Joy-Cons? Can I use?
I have no idea, but that'd be really weird to do.
Can I swing my hand like the switch tabs back and forth? That'd be really cool. Or I can like put them close together and expand to like blow up an image on a web page.
Nice.
That'd be really cool.
That'd be real cool.
I mean, it wouldn't make any sense, and it'd be a pain in the butt actually, but it would be really fun. I would enjoy that. Yeah.
It may or may not be able to, because what it's saying is only one of the JoyCons at a time can be used in like a single player kind of instance. It can hook up both of them, but each individual one is going to be counted as one controller. You can't use them as both of them like you can for games with Zelda and stuff.
Okay, so you can't use them as a pair.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That's probably some special thing that the Nintendo Switch can do. That's really cool. Anything else about this?
Yeah, as far as this, like the Joy-Cons being able to pair up, that's kind of irrelevant since no one would use this for actual gaming, because like a single Joy-Con trying to use a game would be the most uncomfortable thing you would try to do.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you do it when you do a 2-player on the Switch, right? So I guess some games, but if I wanted to emulate the Zelda game, I'd probably end up using like an actual controller rather than the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, people would float more towards the Pro controller maybe, but like we said last time, they'd want a wired USB connection, because people feel safer with a wired connection. Because although the battery life is pretty good, they still feel safer with wired connection.
No, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
I actually forgot to say that last time. We talked about the battery life of the Switch console not being very good, but the Joy-Cons will actually run for 20 hours on a full charge.
Shit. That ain't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, you're really screwed because the console will die first, and the Joy-Cons don't do jack.
Yeah.
Without the console, but that's still really nice, especially since they're charged on the console. All right. Enough about this. Let's talk about something we all enjoy, Elder Scrolls.
That is true. Unfortunately, though, this is not the new Elder Scrolls that hopefully will be announced soon, because I made a prediction about it.
E3. Come on. Praying for it.
But, so this is about Elder Scrolls Legends, the card game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, haven't heard much about this recently, like except for like there was a beta a while back. But
yeah.
So 2 days ago, it came out on PC. Like officially, it's out.
What the hell?
Yeah.
All right, you keep talking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check Steam.
2 days ago, it came out on PC. Like finally out on PC. So that's a thing that happened. Yeah.
All right.
But unfortunately, it's not out for Xbox. Not Xbox. I mean, I believe it is coming to Xbox at one point. But it is not out for Mac or any of the phones. Although on March 23rd, it will be coming out for the iPad.
That's really weird to start with.
Yeah. Then April 5th, it comes out with its first expansion, which is going to be really interesting. And then sometime in April, it comes out with the global Android tablet launch. Then it comes to... then later you get to... It's introducing some features called the Twitch integration, or just... It's called, I mean, not Twitch integration. It's coming up with the Twitch integration.
Yeah.
It's introducing features like spectator mode and gauntlet mode, which is like a mini tournament where players can compete with their own decks.
Mm.
Then in spring, it comes out with the Mac OS launch. Then in the summer, it comes out with the mobile phone launch.
Okay. I can see what they're doing. They're kind of like rolling it out slowly. What I don't understand is why they're not doing phone first and then tablet.
And then they're gonna reveal even more stuff, even more updates to it at E3.
Okay.
So like they're just like unveiling this thing as slowly as possible.
Yeah. They're taking their damn sweet time.
Exactly. But the exciting thing about that was in like this announcement is the new expansion that's already coming out for it.
Okay.
In less than a month to be exact.
Ooh.
It'll be coming out April 1st. Not April 1st. April 5th. It's called The Fall of the Dark Brotherhood.
Okay.
It takes place just before the events of Skyrim. So it shows how... You remember how in like the first one... not the first one. Oblivion, the Dark Brotherhood's like a big deal and stuff?
Yeah.
And then you get to Skyrim and it's all but dead.
Yes. You get to like revive them or something?
Yeah, in Skyrim you revive them and stuff. Well, in Elder Scrolls Legends, this apparently shows you how they fell.
Oh, I like some story in it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it integrates. It'll be a PvE style story,
Okay.
and then it tosses players into the role of a double agent hired to infiltrate the ranks of the Dark Brotherhood.
What?
Yeah. Players will need to make key choices that impact which missions you'll play and decide the story's ending.
Oh god.
So this is a card game with multiple ending storylines.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like that.
I can get behind this. The expansion will be $20 and will add 40 new cards to the game.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I like it. That sounds like fun.
Like this sounds like that sounds like a. I'm not very big on card games, like especially like ones where like, especially not expansions where it's like $20 for an expansion for cards.
Yeah.
But this adds story to it that increases the lore of Skyrim itself, which I think is, I mean, not Skyrim, but Skyrim, yeah, but like the Elder Scrolls universe itself. I think that that's really cool. Mm-hmm. I was really kind of iffy about this game, but after reading up on this a little bit, it seems like this might be like, it's not going to be a contender for Hearthstone, but it'll be its own little like unique thing.
Yeah. And there's certainly those Elder Scrolls fans who will go to flock to it, you know.
Exactly. And I mean, I feel like we talked about this when it was first released for first announced at E3. I feel like you and I both thought that it was going to be very like Hearthstone-y.
Yeah.
And Hearthstone, as far as I can tell, doesn't have a story.
No. Well, there are these there are adventures where you play through bosses and there's kind of a story, but not really.
Okay, yeah. Whereas this one seems like you're telling a story. Like,
yes.
Like this seems like it's a story mode card game.
That'd be really cool.
Which I can't think of any games like that. So that's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah, Gwent doesn't do that.
I was about to say, now I just need to find out when Gwent comes out, and I need it in my life.
Did you hear about? Speaking of Gwent, did you hear about the legendary Roach card?
No.
No, it's an image of oh crap, what's the main character's name? Gosh dang. Geralt. He's just sitting there with his hands on his head, looking up as Roach is on the roof of a house. He's just looking confused.
That's great.
Yes, that's our card.
But yeah, so
that's really exciting. I'll be honest. While you were talking, I started downloading the launcher.
So yeah, because it's free. It's free to play. Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Next week, I'll report on.
Yeah, okay.
You should too, and we'll play each other.
I can't play it. Oh wait, I do have that PC I can download it on.
Yes,
there we go.
There we go. All right, this week I'll text you.
Okay,
and set that up. Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, not really.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's move on to Ghost Recon. It's a game I've been playing all week, but they've talked about the season pass.
Yeah.
Until I saw this, I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, me neither.
So the season pass will give you, in addition to missions, some faction themes. Faction. Actually, I think it's supposed to be faction.
It's factions.
Stupid typo. Themed equipment packs, some exclusive vehicles and boosts. It will also include 2 major expansions. The first one will be called Narco Road, and it's basically Fast and Furious in Ghost Recon, where you are infiltrating a smuggling ring, and you have to pretend to be one of them. It looks like a lot of fast cars, decked out monster trucks, these kind of things. But I am not looking forward to this, because the driving in that game is abominable. It's horrible.
I've heard that, like, okay, from you I heard it was bad. From other people I've heard that's actually kind of fun.
It's
like, and then from I think I heard from you that was it you that was talking? No, because I hadn't talked to you about the game yet. I heard from somebody that the helicopter isn't bad. Like, driving is like,
oh, the helicopter is great.
Really? Because my friend that's telling me about the driving being great is talking just mad crap about how bad the helicopter is.
Okay, once you get used to the helicopter, it's really nice.
Okay.
But driving cars is bad because there's 2 modes. I can tap it and swerve enough, or like turn just a little bit, or if I hold it down too long, I go into a drift.
Oh God.
And so there's no in between.
Okay.
So it's either hard turn or you're turning a little bit. I run off the road, I lose control very often. And I'm a good driver. I play GTA and I can drive like in between cars and shit.
Yeah. I was about to say, you've been spoiled by GTA.
Okay, no game has ever come up to GTA's driving. Unless you're like a driving game.
Yeah.
GTA's driving is perfect. And I'm kind of comparing it to GTA because it's an open world game and driving is a big part of it, going from point A to point B. And I think a whole driving themed expansion won't be fun. Like, helicopter's the only way to get around. Second expansion looks like a lot of fun because it looks like it takes place after the game, where your team is evacuating the country, or they're getting out, the mission's over, and you get shot down, and you have to defend yourself against this elite squad of mercenaries who are hunting you down.
Nice. That sounds really, really intense.
That sounds like a lot of, like, where you are on the run.
Yeah.
Like, you're the one being hunted compared to everyone else. That sounds like fun. Both of these add new weapons. Obviously, the racing one adds new vehicles. Also, with the season pass, PvP comes free.
Nice.
This game with Okay, this game is gonna be so sniper heavy in PvP because of how large this world is. It's gonna be so much fun. But the PvP looks like it puts squads of 4v4 against each other,
Okay.
which is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you voice comms, you win.
Yeah, obviously.
That's how it's gonna go. And yeah, it should be fun. I'm excited. It looks like it's gonna be more arena style PvP,
Okay.
where you're all both gonna go for a common objective. It'd be really cool if you had like open world PvP, where you dump 64 players into the map and
Try
you
to
all can fight. But the map is so large, I swear to God, no one would find anyone else. The map is so large.
Everybody's putting like a group message on like the entire message board for the entire lobby. Meet at blah blah blah.
Then duel it out like just like cowboy style. That'd be fun.
It's high noon.
Yeah, and that's it for news this week. But because I had so many midterms and projects and presentations this week, I didn't make a quiz. So instead, I posted a picture of a llama and a horse in the show notes, and we'll just scroll through that and talk about what we've been playing this week.
What games are we playing?
All right, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, Chad. All right. Oh, you know, I feel like you went first last time.
I did.
I'll go first this time. How's
Okay.
that? Let's shake things up a little bit.
Oh, what?
So I played Ghost Recon all week. It's the only thing I played. The game is so much fun. The freedom of gameplay is amazing. Like I can just go in there, light machine gun, and just blow everyone's head off. Or I have also gone in, completed my objective, like either retrieved information or killed the person I needed to, and no in and out, didn't touch anyone.
Nice.
How hard you want to play, how stealthy you want to be is completely up to you. And I think they did it right.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
It is so much fun. It's so satisfying just go in there and no one knows you were there, but you complete your objective. It's so cool. The map is huge. When Ubisoft said that this is their largest map ever, I believe them. It's massive. And it is impossible to get around if you're driving because the mountains make it so much longer. You gotta go up and down everything. But I do have some issues. My biggest thing is if you die and you're downed, you wait a full minute to be revived.
Oh God!
Like you sit there a minute so your teammates can revive you. My issue is there's no way to skip it.
Golly.
So I told when I was playing with my friend Tommy, I told him to complete the objective and just leave me here. I had to wait a full minute watching him I just sit there and watch my body like for a full minute. There's no way to skip. Like in Call of Duty, I think you can just be like, oh, just finish me.
Yeah.
Let me revive. There's no way to do that. I think it needs it. Also, the driving sucks so badly. It just like I said earlier, there's no in between.
Yeah.
You're either drifting or you're just scooching a little bit, and there's no real good way to do it. Now about your helicopter comment, the helicopters I noticed have two modes. The first mode for the helicopter is when you're taking off. And you use shift to lift off, but you're using the WASD keys to move around a little bit.
Okay.
Like left, right, side to side, where control and shift is up and down. What happens if you hold shift and W for a long enough time, the control scheme changes.
Okay.
Where shift is to move forward, W and S is to go up and down, and A and D is to turn.
Okay.
So it kind of switches from takeoff mode to travel mode.
Yeah.
And until you get used to it, it's impossible to know when you switch back and forth.
Okay.
There's no like indicator or anything. I think it really needs one. But once you get a hang of it, helicopters are much better to use.
Nice.
But the way you do it is you hold shift and W enough, the way I know, until you notice that it starts moving you down. And that's how I know I'm in travel mode, because W moves you down, and I just let go and keep shift and I move forward.
There you go.
So that's just something I've noticed, and really that's really it. Like, it's a good game. I love it. I love the freedom of play. The weapons are great. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I don't know. Do you have any questions before you buy it? I don't know. No,
not really.
I recommend
Wait,
it.
what? How's the gun selection?
Gun selection is okay. It's okay. Weapon upgrades, you have to go out and find them.
Okay.
And really, what you do is that you see the guns you have and you see the upgrades available for them.
Can I take guns off of like the people I kill?
Yes.
Okay.
But you can't. Once you take them, you can't change them at all. which is really weird.
That's weird. Like I feel like if I grab it off you, like that's my gun now.
Yeah. Oh, something I don't like is ammo is too plentiful. Like whenever everywhere there are enemies, there's like 3 or 4 ammo boxes. So I feel like that there's no really real decision of how much bullets I use.
Okay.
Like I feel like that needs more weight. Also, at any moment, no matter where I'm at, I can switch weapons to any weapon I own. I don't like that. I feel like I should have to go to an ammo case to do that.
Yeah, I feel like you should either have to call in like a drop or something.
Exactly. Like I can be like, okay, I find this base, but I have a light machine gun and an assault rifle, but I need a sniper rifle. I can just switch anytime I want.
Okay.
Or when I'm in the base, I'll then switch to 2 other weapons. So what's the point of only holding 2 weapons? Why can't I just scroll wheel across all of them?
Yeah.
You know? So that's my big complaint is my weapon choice, I feel like has no weight. It doesn't make my layout special because anyone else can switch to it anytime.
Yeah.
So yeah. Character customization is pretty good. I like it. It's mostly close focus. That's really the only thing you see.
Yeah.
Because it's third person. It's a good game. I like
awesome.
it. Adam. You usually go first. I'll make you go last. Adam,
Okay.
what'd you play this week?
So there's the standard Pokemon Go, of course. When do I not play that?
I'll be honest. At work, we were talking yesterday, and we were all like, who the hell still plays Pokemon Go? It's a dead app. Who's playing that? And I was like, I know a guy. Trust me, I know him.
So yeah, there's that, and then I'll have some time like before class starts. I'll just pull out my 3DS and play Smash Bros for a little bit because why not? And then of course I can't put down Legend of Zelda. So
Yeah, before the show, we were like, where the hell is Adam? He's in the chat, but no one can hear him. Apparently, you were playing Zelda the whole time.
I can respect it not being able to pull yourself away.
I'm the only one who hasn't touched
I miss it already.
it. Yeah. How far are you into the game?
I've actually gotten a lot further because what it does is once you get somewhere to do something, like the most basic thing is there's towers and shrines you have to go to. Once you get to one, you can see like 1 or 2 others. So then you want to get to that one because you can put pins on them so you know where they are on the map, but you can only put a certain number of pins. So you want to get to them and complete them so that you can put pins everywhere else.
Nice. Yeah, one of the things I'm most excited for the game was the different play styles. Like you can have armor, or you can basically go around in your underwear. You can use different weapons. Like what's your fighting style?
I try to take on everything because when you beat something, it drops stuff, whether it's like monster parts or their weapons or something. But I'll just try and go in and fight them all because the more stuff you have, like when you get to a merchant, they will literally buy anything you have on you. So the more monster parts you have, you can have like 60, I forget what it's called, 60 fangs of one type of monster.
Yeah,
and they'll take them all. Like you can use them in elixirs for stuff like that to like different elixirs do different things, but generally you'll end up selling them for more money. So that's really handy you can avoid them. Like you can sneak around the enemies, but it's to your benefit to engage them because you get the stuff they drop.
Nice. Well, like, do you use sword shield? I think battle axe is an option.
Battle axe, spear.
Like, what do you use?
It just depends on what I have because, like I said, the weapons break really easily and really
yeah.
quickly. So you have to constantly find more weapons unless you get the Master Sword, which honestly I'm probably going to do right after we stop recording because I finally have enough hearts to do it.
Nice.
Yeah, no, when I played, I really liked the spear was a lot of fun. And sword and shield. Like, all the weapons were a lot of fun, but the spear and the sword and shield were my favorites.
How does the gameplay change depending on your weapon?
The type of attacks you do.
Okay.
So
or the distance.
Yeah, or the distance. The spear does real quick attacks, and then it does it from a farther distance. But say you're using a battle axe and you're going up against a guy with a shield, you can, like, one hit with that will knock his shield out the way.
Oh, nice.
Whereas, like, you have to go through the entire combo with a spear before it'll knock it out the way.
Okay. But I'm assuming there's, like, pros and cons to both fighting styles. And
Oh, yeah. It's just, I feel like it's just your play style, whatever you want to do.
Nice. Cool.
It also depends on the enemy you're fighting because some enemies it'll take a lot to knock them back, and you can attack them, but they'll still be able to attack you, and if you're even touched with an attack, it stops your combo, whereas it might not do that with some enemies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is really annoying, but it's interesting to learn how to play around that, so it's still pretty fun.
I gotcha. All right, give us a percentage. How far into the story are you? Oh, well, you probably don't know, huh? If you don't know the ends.
I mean, I know I mean, you can go straight to the end if you want, but as far as following everything, I wouldn't be able to tell you because you can like as far as the main quest goes, it has like 4 or 5 things open. It's just waiting for me to go to it.
That's cool. That's so cool. You can just go straight to the end and beat the game if you were Leet, I guess. That's a new phrase now, Leet. Is that it? All you've been playing? Gosh,
yeah, that's really it.
It's like you own a Switch or something. God, Taps, unswitch me.
So I played a little bit of Legend of Zelda. No, so I played some For Honor. I'm getting better. Still not great, but I'm getting better. I really don't like any samurai classes. There's not a single one that I've played yet that I liked.
Why don't you like them?
I don't know.
You just don't like. Are they too weak or are they?
I guess because so in the story I've only gotten to the samurai classes going against the other samurai classes.
Mm-hmm.
So that might have something to do with it. And but I really like the Viking classes. Like the Vikings are where it's at for me.
You just feel like you're powerful.
I just feel like the Raider sucks. I hate the Raider because he's so slow, but he's so strong. But I don't like that slow strong one. But then there's like the Valkyrie and the Warlord, who the Warlord has excellent defense. He can do an all direction block.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that's nice. All directions.
Yeah.
How's that work?
It's like his kind of like special thing he can do.
Oh, okay.
He's a defender, so what he does is he like basically just gets on one knee and covers himself with the shield, and you just can't hit him.
Okay.
But it runs down his stamina.
Okay.
And then the Valkyrie is just fast and agile and quick and can block real well. So I like those. I like those two. Those two are easily my favorite. Followed by probably the Warden. I like the Warden. It's the knight, like the vanguard of the knights.
Is there any range in this game?
Huh?
Is there any range in this game? Like, can you play an archer?
No, the best range you got is a spear.
Okay. So it's all melee.
Yeah. It's all straight up melee. But then yesterday I got to play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and so you start off in a cavern, and then you walk out of the cavern, and you get to walk onto this cliff that shows you shows you just part of the map. I was overwhelmed. Like it hit my soul.
Yeah.
Like it was like my friend was sitting there watching me play it, and I was like, "Oh my god." He's like, "I know." I was like, "See that volcano there? I can go there. It's going to be a 20-minute walk in game, if not more.
Yeah.
But I can still go there."
That's incredible.
It was, golly, dude, I was so excited. And then just playing around with it was a lot of fun. I really wasn't sure how I was going to feel about the bows. I like the bows. If you get a headshot, it's a one-shot kill.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes.
I mean, with everybody I've come across so far.
Yeah.
I've just come across the goblins.
Now, there are different type of bows, right?
Yes. Right. So what I had right now is I have the goblin bow, a traveler's bow, and a soldier's bow.
Okay. And what's the difference between all of them?
The damage, right? Is it damage or is it the
damage and durability?
Yeah, damage and durability.
Okay.
So that's always that's been a lot of fun. And I had to stop playing just as I got off the plateau.
Oh man.
The plateau is like your starting area.
Yeah.
So I just got out of the starting area, and was like on my way to Kakariko Village.
Mm-hmm.
And so
how long did it take you to get out of the starting area?
A couple hours.
Oh really?
Yeah. So talking about that, last week we talked about the like really bad battery life of the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I played for 4 hours on Zelda with wasn't even fully charged battery.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was like 3.5. But like wasn't even a fully charged battery. Played Zelda disconnected.
Without any charge.
Undocked from the dock?
Huh?
Undocked from the dock?
Undock. I was on campus.
Wow, that ain't bad.
No. Like that's excellent. Like 3.5 hours. Like that I feel like that's good. Like
that's nice.
And like I said, it wasn't even a fully charged battery. My friend was saying he gets like 4.5 to 5 hours.
Wow.
Playing Zelda undocked. Because that's how he normally plays it. And
really?
Yeah. Just because he lives in an apartment, so he has to keep it quiet and stuff.
I gotcha.
And so, but I thought, and speaking of it, handheld, it's quite comfortable handheld.
Really?
It's not very heavy or anything like that, obviously. and it feels good in your hand.
Nice.
And
That's important.
The Joy-Cons I like the Joy-Cons on the side of it. It feels good.
Nice.
Feels real good. Feels better than the Wii U tablet
yeah.
thingy. Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, Adam, how do you feel? Do you think the Wii U feels better, or?
I never really used the Wii U gamepad like that because I only really played Smash Bros. And I had the GameCube controller.
It doesn't feel wholly different, but the small difference makes all the difference. You know what I mean? Like the way that the buttons are set up on the gamepad for the Wii U, the R button is a little bit higher than the
that
the trigger.
was weird. I
And
do
that
like how the Joy-Cons fit on the side of the Switch,
and that offsets how the game, like what way you're looking at it. Like the buttons are sometimes higher than the screen, but also like the trigger and the R button are on different levels, and that kind of like offsets how you push one versus the other.
Yeah.
And so on the Joy-Cons, it might be a slight difference in height, but it's not very noticeable to where you're like, I can just kind of like slide my finger onto the next one, which is real nice.
That is nice.
So,
man, I can't wait to hold one of those. I have yet to. Adam, when are you free? I got you. I'll definitely have to try to get with Adam and play his a little bit, or get with your friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because I'm gonna be doing that.
Oh, okay, I see. I gotta find my own friend to play with.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love you, Mike, but not that much.
That's all right. I understand, man. The game looks great. Anything else before we
no, not really.
call the show?
Let's call
I
it.
do prefer the Joy-Cons docked to the optional docking. I can't talk again.
You having a stroke?
Yeah,
do you smell burnt
I do
toast?
prefer the Joy-Cons docked to the controller that you can dock it to additionally, but it's still not bad to hook them up to the Switch itself.
I don't know. Have either of y'all play without like just the Joy-Cons free in each hand?
No.
Once, and I immediately regretted that.
Like, does this feel awkward? I feel like that'd be awkward.
Yeah.
Without having,
Yeah, it's really weird.
it's just weird because like you can your hand.
I mean,
don't know.
sometimes
Your hands are just
have
hanging
to-
by your side doing it.
Sometimes you have to because there's certain shrines that use motion controls to solve the puzzle, which I don't like, but I mean, it's still an interesting twist.
Ew, gross.
Yeah.
Depends how nice the motion control is. All right. Well,
It's weird. It's tough to get a handle on.
I got you. Well, I guess it's a show, huh?
Yeah, sounds like a show.
Everyone played Nintendo while I just played stupid Ghost Recon. The only
Oh, poor you.
big open world just killing narco terrorists, and y'all got to stupid save Hyrule and whatever. Anyway,
I mean, we did get a big open world too.
it's true. It's true. Well, you know what? If you want to email me and rub it in my face that you played Zelda and I didn't, you can contact the show at collegegamershow@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at BlueCals with a Z, BLUECOWZ. Task Twitter is
Taft Faust 8.
Adam.
Smooth Dog 5.
All right. You can find us on Facebook with the Facebook page, The College Gamers Podcast. You can also find the link to our Discord server there, where all week I was chatting with some good friends, and even made a chat room where we can play a Ghost Recon together.
There you go.
So if you play Ghost Recon on PC, come join us and just come say hi. It's been a lot of fun. You can also find us on YouTube at Mike Gallant because Google Plus is stupid and I haven't changed it. And if you like the show, if you get any entertainment out of it, feel free to rate us on wherever you get your podcast. A lot of people get it on iTunes. Leave us a 5-star review and help other people enjoy the show as well. So, and I think that's it.
That's a show.
That's a show. Thank y'all for listening, and we'll catch y'all next time. Later.
Bye-bye.
Farewell.
This has been a Blue Cow Radio production. Find more at bluecowradio.com.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Come on, Adam. Come on, Adam.